Good afternoon. I'm going to be showing you how to access, the 5.06 lab. So when you're logged into your page, you're going to go to your classes and you are going to enter physical science. When you open up the physical science course, you're going to click on content. And yours might open to a different screen, but you're going to go to Unit 5 along the left-hand side of the table of contents, and you're going to the 5.06 lab on elasticity. When you open up this lab, you're going to click on the Learn tab, and you'll see 3 links: the lesson introduction, the lab, and the investigation. You always want to start with the lesson introduction. And when your screen opens, it will open up to some information about the lab and getting started. So it's going to intro you to the lesson. It's going to talk about elastic materials and how this is a video lab. And when video labs are assigned, remember you are just watching a video and analyzing data provided. It also gives you right here on the mastery map, how do elastic materials respond to force? And remember, this is the question that we're trying to answer and how you are going to answer question number 1 on your lab report. Use the arrows at the bottom of the screen to get to the next screen, which tells you what materials you need, and that is the student guide. So you'll download the student guide, and mine goes to my downloads folder up here at the top. It's outside of your recording, but you can go to your downloads folder and open that up. And when you open that up, it will give you all the information that you need. So we're going to go back to OHS, and that completes the first portion. You'll click the blue arrow to move on to the next section of the lab. And this is going to give you some information about what you're going to be doing in the lab, discussing elasticity and forces, and it tells you in this lab you'll explore elastic materials and forces. Next, you'll move on to the investigation portion, which is the actual lab video that you'll be watching. So it tells you this activity shows how data were taken in a lab exercise on elasticity. Take notes as you work and revisit different steps to be sure you understand how data were collected. And then it will show you this lab video. My suggestion is to please watch the lab video, as the gentleman in the lab will help you with writing your hypothesis, and he will discuss the purpose of the lab. If you're interested, you can also click here where it says text/transcript, and you can open that up and view the document. If you would like to see the words, you can also click on this little person in the bottom portion of the video, the bottom half of the video, and it will allow you to turn on the closed captioning if you'd like, and then the words will pop up on the screen. Okay. Once you have completed this information and accessed the student guide, you will be turning in your lab report. So the lab report document can be accessed here under digital materials, and it will open up in a Word document. So let's open that up. And in this Word document, you will see a few questions. What is the goal of the lab? We answered that already. That was in that video. He tells us about the goal of the lab. Plus, it's in the mastery map. Which observations, experiences, or lesson materials helped you form a hypothesis? And that, again, is coming from your own thoughts. Then you will state your hypothesis, which Mr. Pat Keeney mentions in the video, and he kind of helps you start it. You just have to finish it. For your data table, you are going to use the student guide, and there is a chart here in the student guide for you to fill in your data table. So you'll notice the thin, common, and thick rubber band, and here it is labeled thick, medium, and thin, medium, and thick, excuse me. So you'll fill that information in. In your student guide, it calls it change in length, so you'll just subtract length with mass minus original length. And that's also going to give you stretch length. Those are the same values. Question 5 asks you to graph your data, and I would please like a line graph. You need a key as well. Question 6, did your data agree with your hypothesis, and explain? Remember to explain so you don't lose points. And then finally, draw a trend line. And if you're not sure what a trend line is, it's basically a prediction of what your graph might look like at the next mass. All of these resources are available to you in the Google Drive link, which I will be posting with this recording in the class announcements. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to help you.